record so that I recording also.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so as I was saying,
Mhm.
mm, everybody is very introvert. You can switch off your voice. Uh, you can mute yourself. Yeah. So what happens is each of us has little bit of introvertness in ourselves. So somebody has 10%, somebody has about 50%. So everybody. So suppose I'll tell you, give you a scenario. Suppose you 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 get familiar with somebody, very strange, very stranger, but you meet. You don't talk to that person, but you meet that person say 10 times. So after say meeting him 10th time, you will not be that introvert as you were in the first meeting, right? So what changes? You haven't spoken to that person ever, but now the thing has changed, right? So familiarity. And how do you build familiarity? By observing a little bit every day about that person. You don't speak to that person, you don't know that person, but every day you meet that person somehow. Meeting in a bus, meeting in a train, the same person. You don't speak, but you observe na, how he walks, what he talks. You overhear na, whatever he is saying. Then you start to build a little bit of knowledge about that person, right? So that is what I call as, I have created one uh, anyways, I'll tell you that observation is the first thing, right? Then the second thing is your conviction, right? How do you increase your conviction? Conviction about what? Conviction that whatever you have in mind is okay only, that you are not less to any person, right? Given your age and your circumstances, you cannot be wiser than a 50-year-old, but you might be wiser in some cases where the other person hasn't faced that problem, but you have. So you are wiser, right? So everybody cannot be knowing everything in the whole world. Somebody knows something, the other person knows something else, right? So these are the two things you need to keep in mind. And suppose you are frequently pushed into those kind of situations where say you have to speak, right? Instantly you have to speak. So what you can do is just write down 10 things that you will speak, 10 different kind of things. You have to meet your senior, one scenario. You have to meet somebody else, some guest coming in, second scenario. You have to speak to a junior who has newly joined, third scenario. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yes, ma'am.
scenario wise, it will be very, very different. So um, because you cannot instantly speak what to say, so you have to practice. Just write down how much time it will take. 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes for all these 10 scenarios. Previously, whoever you have met and were not able to speak, just imagine those scenario. And now given a situation, you are again going to meet that same kind of scenario. What you will say, just write down. You will see that instantly you will develop that capability to communicate with anybody, whether you are introvert or not. And I was reading, I few years back, I was reading a book. Many people have stage fear, right? They, what about you? You also have the same fear?
Yes. So now, like when I jump into the stage, in the early stage, I do have that fear, but after a few minutes, I overcome that.
Okay, so now you have overcome that, right?
No, no. Now also, when I go to the stage for the first time, like multiple time I'm going to the stage, that is okay. But whenever I'm going to the stage, the particular stage for the first time, for a few seconds, few minutes, I got nervous, and I do have that kind of fear that what to speak. Though I have already prepared to speak in front of the people, but still I get some fear, and I got some nervousness. After that, gradually, when I start speaking, after that I overcome that.
Oh, then you don't have any stage fear. So I used to have a lot of stage fear till till like say greater part of my career, right? So what I did was I read that book even before that. That when you go to the stage and speak, you assume that the people who are listening to you are fools. No, they don't know anything, and whatever you are going to speak is the ultimate gyan that you are going to give. That is the assumption you should have in mind. And yeah, so whenever you are going to speak something, it is definitely different than what others already know. That is why you were asked to speak, na? If they already knew what you are about to say, then why people will ask you to speak, right? So yeah, so that was my story. Another question I would ask you to tell me about yourself. What is your goal, and how, like say, what is your preparation to reach there, if you don't mind.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Currently, like earlier, I was just focusing on my career goal to become an defense officer. But after that, when I got rejected from the medicals and I could not clear that, I started preparing for software engineer, software like field, because I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer, and after few preparation, I got into. I'm now working in SAP as a senior analyst. So as of now, like up to up till this point, up to this point, until this point, sorry, I was just thinking about to settle myself in some financial part. So now I can see that, yeah, in between next few years I will be financially stable. So after that, now I am getting some vibe that I should improve my personality. I should improve like the way of thinking. Like I want to open up my mind, that's all.
Open up your mind is something which is very different than your personality, right? So
Yeah, that is,
so
I have
see,
multiple, yeah, multiple things which I want to do in my life. So
yeah,
that's the plan map I was telling you.
and then like say the first thing is your career plan, and you opening up your mind to multiple things doesn't have anything to do with your personality. So be sure that your personality is fine. And very few people in this world look for opening up their mind. I speak to so many people in this whatever I do. When I say that please open your mind, they feel bad. They feel bad. So I have a client who is like say completely every day she cries because she thinks one thing all the while. Last 1 year I have been counseling her, and she just doesn't want to let go of that simple mindset. And like say she doesn't want to work more, but she works like say 6 in the morning to 10 in the evening, even more. And why she has to do that? Nobody tells her, but she does that, thinking that this will ultimately give her some recognition. It has not. Last time while her evaluation was going on, I told her to finish that within say half an hour, because whatever you have done, just put the bullet points and let it go. She wrote 15 pages of that. Who will read that? So people will judge her. Actually it was done. that she is, her common sense is very bad. That is what she was like say evaluated as. It was not my thing, and she was not given any increment. She was just given an average increment. Do you understand what was happening? I'm telling every day, don't and whenever you feel bad, you just tell that time only, so that people will think that okay, this is not what she should be told, and that is how they will take. But if you tell after say 3 days, most people will not remember what happened. This person remembers, and all the 3 days she was horrible with her mindset. She was crying, she was in anger, she was like say, cursing that fellow also. And after 3 days she goes and tells something, nobody remembers, so nobody gives her any importance. Then she wants to write email also. After 3 days here, email about something which has happened 3 days back, who remembers? So all this creates a lot of trouble. So having open, looking to have open mind is a big virtue, so take that as a compliment from me. And as far as your financial condition is going to improve, say, do you believe, can I give you one suggestion? Financial.
Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am.
So what you should do is, don't think how it will happen, but it has happened for me. So I opened an Excel sheet and I wrote down whatever my income, all the sources of income for 1 year. So that is all you should be very, like say, very sure of, that within 1 year this will happen, right? Your salary, it will say at least 10% increment will happen. So those are what you know. But what you don't know is some unexpected things also will happen. So what you don't know, you cannot put in an Excel sheet now. But what I'm asking you to do is put those unexpected things also. We all dream of like say giving a getting a lottery kind of thing, no, winning a lottery kind of thing, a salary raise of 30% or double promotion. We all dream of that now. So whatever we dream of, because that Excel sheet is will be seen by you only, you put down those also wherever you want. Within 6 months also you are going to put that. So without doubting that this will happen or not, how it will happen, it is not possible to happen in this company. My uh, triple senior also doesn't get this amount. All these things will come to your mind, but don't bring those things, and put whatever you have in mind towards your financial stability. I'll tell you a story about a person. He, um, uh, like say, within 3 years of writing this, he actually got into a CEO position, MD of that company. And before he got it, he didn't have a job when he was writing this. So a person who doesn't have a job, what expectation he will have? What job he is going to get also, he is not sure now. But he wrote down that in his plan, that within 3 years I'll get a CEO position. Why? Because he wrote down the ultimate number that he want to be in this kind of financial position. So if you have that in mind, write that down. How it will happen? You just write down 2 3 things. I'll be a CEO, I will be this, I will be that. You can write. You are no, you can, you're free to do that. Write that down. And when he was calculating how much he has to earn, he saw that he can earn, um, like say 90%, 70% of his whatever he thinks that he can earn from his job, and 10 say 30% was still lacking. So for that he had to find another job, another income source. But he didn't have time. If you don't have time, can you get to another job? So if he put both these things together, he saw that he has to be a CEO to earn that much. So he put that, so I'll be a CEO. That was his logic. So whatever logic comes to your mind, you can put that. But numbers in the Excel sheet, you can put freely. Any number, nobody is watching you. It is only you who is watching. So do that. Yes. So that is the solution. Tell me some more.
I think, ma'am, this is the law of attraction. This theory, maybe.
I
don't
didn't know. I didn't know, yeah. But your conviction, na. I say that as your conviction.
Mhm.
Law of attraction might be something which I
Like
don't know.
I read. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but I read one book during my defense preparation. Our colonel, he have given these tasks to us, like 2 times, 3 times. We read that book. Then he saw, us, means he forced us to watch that video. There is a small movie on that book also, and in that short video, they have
Secret,
explained that whole book.
the
The book
secret,
name is
right?
The Secret.
Yes.
Yes, the secret. Yes. So that in that also that video and book they are explaining the same thing, and which I really apply in my real life,
Yeah.
like the parking kind of thing, then the green light, red light. So I do apply that.
Yeah. Great. Great. Yes. Yes. Tell me more. Like say you are so on your way to achieve all those. Yeah.
No, I'm trying like from anywhere. If I'm getting any good thing, any positive vibes, then I'm like ready to achieve, ready to adopt that, and I'm doing that also.
Yeah. So if so, what I actually counsel people on is like say how to deal with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
how to deal with people. People includes your boss,
Yes.
your seniors, juniors, your family
Mm-hmm.
people, your children,
Mm-hmm.
all this. And then I teach time management and then procrastination. Major topics are this, but there are various subtopics, right? And then I the one thing I love teaching is change the other person's view instantly. Suppose somebody is very angry at me, so what I do is I change his anger to positive, some kind of comment instantly. So that is what I do. For that, the practice is to whatever is happening in your life, you if you can take a gift from that, even if it is a very, very negative thing happening. So if you can take a gift from that, then this thing also happens automatically. So this is what I teach. And whenever you have anything where you have some kind of doubt or anything, like say from whatever experience I have, I so far have trained 18,000 people. Everybody has different kind of problem. And 25 years, 25 plus years of experience, if you look at my LinkedIn profile. And I'm right now vice president of an organization, plus president of Odisha Coaching Council. So I'm from Odisha. You are from Odisha, right? Are you?
Yes, ma'am, from Sambal.
Acha, Sambalpur. So I'm from Sundargarh. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you can speak Sambalpuri,
Good.
right?
But I want to improve my English communication, ma'am.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
So English communication is okay. Your communication is okay only. So yeah. So all that. So whenever you find, like say, wherever you are getting stuck, no, basically I help people to get
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
People who get stuck, they know everything,
Mm-hmm.
they get stuck. And who gets stuck?
Mm-hmm.
The person who
Yes.
has the most potential, those kind of people get stuck. So, and when they get stuck, they
Okay.
actually start complaining, grieving. bus and train or even flight, if you travel,
Mhm.
say that fellow in my office, no, that fellow was creating this thing. He is doing this politics against me, and
Mhm.
boss said anything. He doesn't know anything.
Mhm.
How many times you have heard? Like say, whenever I travel, I hear this. So
Multiple. Mhm.
who are those people? Who are these people? These people know that there is an alternative way, and they are not allowed to express. So they give vent to this complaining and grieving, thereby wasting their energy and also getting into a negative mindset, you know. So when you get into a negative mindset, actually you distance yourself from the universal energy that is available to you, to everybody. So if you distance yourself, like say intentionally, who can help you? So if I say that you have to have positive energy, so that client that I was saying, she was like say cursing one day to all her colleagues, like left and right. Whatever words she could mouth, she was telling everything. I said, just believe in this. That fellow, see, all those four fingers are pointing at you. If you give badua to all those people, na, four times of that badwa will come to you. You don't believe that. So she stopped at that. So, that is what you distance yourself from the source energy, which is available to each of us. Right. So to stop people from cribbing and complaining, I have started this thing. And initially, I support people with their initial problem, but this requires some habit, just because you are open to having open mind, maybe you can take. But when I counsel like this, people will be okay in this session. Then after going from here, they will again start the same thing. So they require a certain kind of habit. Again, they will come back. Again, they will listen the same thing, same counseling, again they will. So there is a habit. So for that I have an online course, and I have a 90 days habit plan, practicing everything that you have. Your plan is your focus is different, the other person's focus is different. The basic thing is very same, the having the discipline of the mind, right? So that is what I do, and in the process also I solve the various problems that people have. Yes, that is the service I offer. So when I give time, I take a small fee also, but for this kind of consultation I don't take any fee. So if you see somebody having some initial kind of problem like this and can be resolved, then you can introduce those people to me. And actually what I need is email ID and a phone number, so that no, I give emails, value emails, like say every 3 days one email will go explaining some kind of experience that I have, right? So whatever I spoke to you, this will go convert into a story by evening, and it will be posted. Your name will not be mentioned, but my experience will be there. So, and this story goes as a story, as a mail to other people also. So whoever is there, whoever is looking for this same kind of counseling, they will be benefiting, no? So similarly for you, maybe you don't know something else also, you couldn't express that thing also, you can get resolved, right? So that is one. The same, our next free resource is my YouTube channel. So every day I upload, almost every day. I some days I upload say two three videos also. So as soon as I speak to somebody, immediately some kind of solution comes to my mind, no? So I do a video and I upload. So you have access to that also. So just let me give you the uh, link for that YouTube video so that you can immediately
Channel, yes.
uh, Just click in here. Let me know if you are getting. You will get into some kind of video. Then you can subscribe that, right?
Yeah, it is. First of all,
Yeah. So I'm not able to hear you. You are on mute.
yeah, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one. And then leading with Sangeeta. If you go to my website, you don't need to, but if you want,
Mhm.
then you can just see.
Okay.
So this is the website. So these are all free resource. YouTube is a free resource.
Okay.
This is a free
Mhm.
resource. Still,
Mhm.
if you have some kind of problem,
Okay.
uh, anytime you can
Mhm.
reach out to me. And also
Mhm.
tell other people also. Na?
Okay.
You will be seeing na, everybody. So the moment I say
Mhm.
tell to other people, people
Yes,
forget
ma'am.
to tell. So please tell. And I'll give you this recording of this video once this call is over. Anything else you want to know? Anything else?
No, ma'am. If I find anything, then obviously I will like connect with you sometime.
Yeah. Okay.
And whenever I am needing any help of yours, please help me in any way if you can.
Yes, yes. So there are a lot of problems going on, right? And I'll show you
Yes,
another
sir.
time in another session as to how I have overcome those kind of problems. Like say I was an assistant manager when I joined this big company, and this big company doesn't recruit like say simple postgraduates and this thing. But I was a postgraduate in mathematics. That is all that I had. But they recruited me. That was a story. And after that, there were 10,000 employees in that company, but the chairman recognizes me. That is another story. How does he recognize? No, out of so many, how does he recognize me one to one basis? That is another story. Now, I though I was a postgraduate in mathematics, I did technology, I did agriculture, all that. That is again another story. And I made leaders out of illiterate ladies also. A big story. I handled a lot of numbers in 2 years, 2 months time. We did enumeration bank account opening of 44 lakh women. You know, that is a big story as well. These are the reasons why the chairman knows. And how I did that is what all I teach. If I could do it, no, you must be hearing that people say that after 70 years of independence also in our country, people are still hungry. They go hungry. They don't get enough to eat. That is what you have heard, right? But within 4 years time, I was working in a Eastern Madhya Pradesh. That was people had only 3 months of food. After that, they had to depend on the forest for their livelihoods. Within 4 years, that place became food sufficient. People have enough crop, grain to sell also. Not only that, they had there was a company formed, not company, a federation, which had 36 lakhs of purpose. You know, so all this thing was done because of the resourcefulness that I, along with those people together, no, we did, you know. So these will be huge stories to listen to sometime else when I will be doing this webinar kind of thing where I discuss all these things. So how people will be benefited and all. So if I can do alone, if I teach and make similar kind of leaders, whatever I know, if I can teach to say 10,000 people, I think over the globe, nobody will be hungry even now. So within 4 years, if I could do it 4 years, people together can do it earlier also. Don't you think? So if we can do, that is quite possible to eradicate poverty and hunger from this globe altogether within 2-3 years time. So that is my mission, right? Ultimately, that is my mission, to create a leadership which will take things forward. If I go that by physically, no, I will not be able to reach that number of people. So this is the way I reach out, so that it is easy. Like say we could come to a Zoom call and we could speak so many things. Whatever problem, whatever we spoke, we will not have those kind of problem ever again, right? So one thing will open up. One thing opens up, other things also open. Yeah. So yeah. Have a big vision, big mission, some mission beyond you, your personal ambition. You are here, you are on this earth because of a purpose. There will be nobody, there was nobody, there will be nobody like you. So why with so much of uniqueness you were brought to this earth? There was a purpose. There is a purpose. You have to discover that purpose. That is the whole journey of your life, right? So discover that one. And even if people laugh at you, have a big vision. Like say, my big vision is impacting 1 billion people in 139 countries. That is what I told you, right? Have such kind of a vision. People will laugh at you, but you know you are part of that. I'll tell you a story. Stephen Covey's book, if you have read that book, Eighth Habit. No, in 1963, he was visiting NASA when they were about to send people to moon, right? So everybody was working. Stephen Covey was just taking a walk, and he saw a sweeper working. Like say he was sweeping the floor. So Stephen Covey is a management guru. He believes that every company should have a mission, and that mission should percolate to everybody working in that company. So NASA, he had met big people, so everybody has a mission. But what this person, this sweeper, has what mission? So he went and asked him, what is your mission? So that sweeper told him, I am helping people to be sent to moon. Just say, can you understand? So by sweeping, your job is not less, no less. If somebody not doesn't sweep the floor, doesn't clean, doesn't cook, doesn't wash, will you be happy person, or will you feel good to do something which you are doing as a big scientist at NASA? So his part he is playing. He was very clear of that, and he was helping people to be sent to moon. You know, you should have that kind of vision. You never know. You never know. And whatever part that we are playing, it is very important. And we should have the pride, the conviction to be that person who is playing his or her part into a bigger vision. But unless you have that bigger vision written down somewhere within yourself, this life is not worth living, you know. If you don't have a vision beyond you, you will not find fulfillment of your life. So try that, and that is my advice. And thank you for coming to the Zoom call, and looking forward to have more guests in my call along with you. Yeah,
Sure, ma'am.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. So let us conclude the call, right?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.